What's the biggest motivating factor going into that series for you?
Karl Malone get MVP.
Hey guys, this is Dominique Wilkins.
Hey, this is Sean Kemp.
This is Gary Payton.
Hey, this is Pau Gasol.
NBA fans, what's up? This is Vince Carter here.
Hey, what's up? This is Matt Barnes. If you're an old school NBA fan like I am, make sure you check out the Basketball Time Machine with my man Sean David.
Hey guys, what's good? Welcome back to the Basketball Time Machine and welcome back to your weekly dose of old school NBA basketball. In today's episode, I want to take a look at NBA legends giving their opinion on how good John Stockton and Karl Malone were. But before we dive into today's episode, I want to ask you guys for a small favor. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet, and also like the video if you enjoyed the content. And just for the record, in this video, I also try to look for some clips that you probably haven't seen a million times before. Alright, enough said, now let's dive right into today's episode. Now, the first clip that we're going to take a look at involves Paul Pierce, and the topic is the best players that were denied a championship by Michael Jordan. Let's have a look.
I think of all the guys that was denied by MJ, I got to go with Karl Malone. I mean, Karl, we'll be talking about him as being probably the best power forward all time if he gets one, maybe two rings in that era. But, you know, there's no shame, like you said, you lost to the greatest player of all time. I mean, I just couldn't imagine playing in a Jordan era to where it's like there's no rings available until those 2 years he retired.
Yeah, I got to go with Karl Malone as well. I mean, you think about the number of points that this cat put up. He's a two-time MVP, and he faced MJ the most in the finals 2 years in a row. He was denied by the greatest player ever.
He always just stayed away from me. He didn't say a thing to me, and it got to me so much because what he did was he just didn't pay attention to me.
And then if I say something, anything about him, I cuss or anything, he'll just walk away. And that was a problem. When you don't give me a response, that really hurts me because then you're not listening to me. And he was the only guy that ever did that, never listened to me.
The first person that you ran into that like bust your ass, that you knew that was like, man, this shit for real. Like, who was the first person that you ran into and it was like, man, it's a level?
John Stockton. John Stockton embarrassed me, dog. Yeah. Like, John Stockton made me feel like damn, dog, like, do I know how to play basketball? You know, you had that moment where you like, shit, like, am I sorry, dog? Like, what the fuck am I, well, you know, like, what the fuck is going on? I had never been taken out the game so fast. He had ripped me like twice.
Yeah.
Like, and not even like
Just being
ripped
heady.
on the ball. It's just like,
Being heady, smarter than you.
you know, I'm going for the outlet the wrong way. You know what I mean? Boom, steal. You know what I mean? I get the loose ball. Oh, he gone, steal. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna have to do something.
He see your mistakes.
And he was
Everything.
tough,
Hey,
hard-nosed
he was-
too.
hey,
Take you under the
The
pick,
screens, yeah, like
Hey,
I remember.
was he way bigger than what you thought he was?
Yeah, he was.
He was way bigger than what I thought he was.
He was a lot taller.
Yeah.
Like, you know, when you look at him on the court, on TV, you know, like, his look could be deceiving.
On the alley-oop from Stockton to Malone. Stockton to Malone. Gets it. Got to know they're going pick and roll.
Stockton and Malone ran the pick and roll better than any two people who've ever played the game. They could watch how you were going to defend it and then adjust on the fly.
It was a little ballet show going on out there, but with power and grace.
Stockton to Malone. My goodness, I'll have a headache for a month.
Haven't I just seen that play? Yes. Every NBA team saw it over and over and over again, and nobody could stop it.
It's like, you peanut butter, I'm jam. To me, that might have been the best 1-2 punch that ever played the game.
Now, the next clip is going to be from the Dan Patrick Show, and the guest was Chris Webber, and he perfectly tells you what the mentality of John Stockton was. Let's have a look.
It was our first series in Sacramento, and we were playing against Utah, the great Karl Malone and Stockton, and I felt that our team was in awe of them. We were younger, and so I told Coach Alderman before the game, I said, On the first play of the game, I'm going to lay Stockton's ass out. And Coach said, are you sure? I said, yeah. I said, trust me, Coach. It's the first game. We just need to do it. Like, you know, they're prepared for everything that's coming. They don't expect it. I lay him out on the screen. I'm talking about I lay him out. One of the best screens I ever did. Got my shoulder kind of in that head area, too, to kind of make it a little dirty. He pops up off the ground, pats me on the butt and says, nice screen. Do you know how demoralizing that is?
Now, the next clip that we're going to take a look at is from NBA Open Court, and it involves Isaiah Thomas and, Karl Malone. And if you know old school NBA basketball, then you know that the relationship between Karl Malone and Isaiah Thomas was a bitter one. Why? Because of the elbow that Karl Malone threw on Isaiah Thomas's head. But let's have a look what Isaiah has to say about Karl.
I thought Utah, going back to that team, I thought they had everything that it took to win a championship. I thought they had the system. I thought they had the players, the toughness, the defensive minded and everything. But I always felt like Malone really was the weak link because he wasn't a good foul shooter. Had he been a good foul shooter, they beat Chicago. They would have beat Chicago.
They would have beat us one year.
I think they'd have beat you.
Yeah.
And
weak link is the term you want to use there.
Well,
or they.
Yeah, no.
Or his inability to hit free throws.
No. That's a weak link. Because at the end of the game, when you're playing at that level, you come down to the last 30 seconds or the last minute of the game. If that guy can't make foul shots, then he's the weak link. He's the guy that you're fouling. He's the guy that you want to put on the line. You're not fouling Stockton.
Right.
You're not putting him on the line. You're not letting him take the shot. Everything is going to Malone.
Time or two. Those two guys, Stockton and Malone, they've connected here. And it's nothing better than that when you can step on the floor and you don't have to say a word to a guy.
Those two men really have ESP on the basketball floor.
Not only was he an 11-time All-Star, he was 5 times All-Defense. And he set 2 records that I'm pretty sure are unbreakable. Maybe every record was made to be broken, but I don't see these 2 ever being broken. Right now, he has 3,715 more assists than number 2 on the list, Jason Kidd. That's almost 4,000 assists more than number 2, Jason Kidd. And in steals, he's the all-time leader with 581 more steals than Jason Kidd, who's second on the list.
He never did anything to bring attention to himself. It was always about team. It was always about winning.
You can't be fooled by that, real nice face and, that real quiet demeanor. When he stepped out on the court, he was out to get you.
He had toughness beyond toughness, in my opinion. The fact that he would give himself up to set screens on big guys.
Where would you rank Karl Malone as it relates to greatest All-NBA players? Would it be top 25, top 50 for you? Where would you rank?
He's a top 5 power forward.
I think he's more than top 5. I think he's top 3. Okay.
Tim Duncan.
He's top 5 power forward. Just let me explain to you.
Kevin McHale.
Okay, Kevin McHale, yeah. We can get another conversation, but let me explain.
Barkley and Malone is close. Nowitzki and Garnett and Malone are close. A lot of guys are close.
Okay. I'm not going that direction. Okay. What I'm saying to you is from somebody who's played the position, do you know how hard that was? And that wasn't the way guys played. And now we see a ton of PNR every single possession. The best combination at that was Stockton and Malone because you know why? Because Karl Malone can knock down that 15, 20-footer like that.
I've always said I think John Stockton is the perfect point guard.
Stock right side, Stock down the middle, underneath the below, and dunk. Oh, baby, what a play by Stockton.
His sense of where he was on the floor, his peripheral vision.
It's like watching an artist work, John Stockton.
You'd say, how did he see him? Huh? Oh, he's over there. Boom, he throws the pass over there.
What a pass, John Stockton.
He's one of the few guys could pass a basketball where players wanted it. To me, it's phenomenal.
He's got him low. The mailman jumps it. Shot up. It's in. He did it. He did it. A new NBA assist king, John Stockton.
So how good were Karl Malone and John Stockton in my opinion? Well, when we talk about the greatest duos of all time, we think about Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen. We think of Karl Malone and John Stockton. We think about Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Magic Johnson. So they are in the conversation. And there's a reason why Karl Malone is the second all-time leading scorer and John Stockton the all-time leading assist guy. They were just incredible. And the pick and roll, I mean, when we talk about the greatest pick and roll players, we have to talk about those two guys. So naturally, they are some of the greatest players of all time. And Karl Malone is actually in my top 15 and John Stockton is in my top 20. Just for the record. All right, you guys, that was it for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed the content. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you next time on the Basketball Time Machine.